David, do you truly know yourself?
Yes, completely. Next question.
You sure
That
about
was a
that?
dumb dudes, dude. Quickest thing ever. Uh,
There we have it. Don't be
there
dumb.
we have it.
Be
Hey,
deep.
have a happy new year, everybody.
Yeah, I hope everyone
And
had a Merry
just
Christmas.
go into the new year knowing that David and potentially Stu know themselves completely, and we really have nothing to work on. So, hey guys, happy new year.
Happy New
Just
Year.
kidding. That would
I
be
don't
absolutely dumb.
I don't know if you can ever completely know yourself.
No, I don't think you can. Very complex human beings and individuals, but I'll tell, and we're also hopefully always evolving, right? We're
Yeah.
always growing. We're always becoming better. And so I think that there's ample opportunity to always get to know yourself a little better. And in this state, in this era of just complete busyness and cell phones and Zoom calls and digital and automatic garage door openers that close as soon as you pull in and you don't expose yourself to your neighbor, all these different things, it's much more difficult to not find, you're not going to find anything. You're going to make the time to be intentional with getting to know yourself better. Um, and I think, we had a really good conversation. We were talking about the kinetic life circle and how we want to revise it and as we were kind of peeling the onion back of not only the pie and these different characteristics of our lives, but as we were reflecting on our own life purpose, you and me, and reflecting on the purpose of the Storehouse Mastermind and the goals that we want and what we desire for other men, we started talking about these different layers and core some of the parts of the curriculum, like uh, your vision, your purpose, discovering those things, developing core values for your life, for your family, and digging into it. We kind of landed on and started discussing the importance of self-awareness,
Mm.
right? And I think people dive into these things like core development, or I'm sorry, core value development and purpose without ever truly understanding who they are.
Mm.
And if you don't take ample time to spend with yourself and try to understand why you do what you do and why you don't do what you know you should do, how can you develop something like core values? Like, how can you truly have core values that are yours, that you own, and that will just drive you and you're passionate about if you don't even truly understand who you are?
Yeah. And honestly, like you and I have done way more of that in the last couple of years than ever before. And we had started businesses prior to really taking the time to dive into and understanding ourselves. And it came through multiple conversations. It came through um, others, holding us accountable to actions, diving into what our habits look like, taking time in the morning to do just some thinking time and self reflection. But there's also some tools that we dove into that were really good, and it kind of really just you know questionnaire style. You answer questions, and then it kind of at the end of it, it spits out like a report, and it kind of tells you who you are and what you're all about, what your strengths are, what your profile is as an individual. And if you really dive into that stuff, it really gives you a better idea of who you are as a person. God made all of us to be different and unique, and we should we should understand that. So what was your favorite out of the ones that we have done collectively? Which one was your favorite tool, if you will?
Yeah, that's tough. And I'll tell you, and I think, and I'm gonna kind of cop out a little bit because what's interesting about these things when you do them, you're like, oh, that's me, right?
Yeah.
That's me. Well, and you start to understand you better. But what I love about all of them is it typically takes you from, oh, that's me, and then it breaks it out to say things like, like the Enneagram, for example. I really enjoyed the Enneagram, but it says, okay, this is you. And then it says, this is the type of person that you typically work best with. This is the type of person you work worst with. This is, this is how these are going to be some of your tendencies. This is the downside of those tendencies. This is the upside of those tendencies, right? It's not just understanding, oh, I'm an 8, right? That's not the point. Or you take a strengths finder. I really like strengths finders too. That was a really good one. But you recognize that those have labels, and you can use those as to inform you as you'd like. But then it helps you to dig deeper into how to best relate with people. It helps you to be conscious of it, at least at a minimum, to be conscious of it, right? And I think that's the part of these things that's important. It's not just spitting out a result that you are so and so. There's usually typically pages and pages that follow, and that's where the gold is. And understanding, we try to get a team that we worked with to do it all, so we can understand how each other better. And there again, when it comes to self-awareness, people oftentimes don't make time for it. And if you're honest, one of the first steps in being self-aware, if you're honest with yourself, you should truly be able to say, am I interested in understanding myself and others better? Am I interested in maximizing or at least understanding the impact of the way that I am, how that might impact others, to drive efficiencies and effectiveness and whatever success. Again, success, what does that mean? You got to define that too. But the point is, a lot of people just don't have time for it, right? They don't want to have time for it. And then there's another part of self-awareness, to be honest. They tell themselves these lies every single day. I don't have time. I don't have time. Well, no, dude, you're not making time. Like, that's what it is. You're not
Yeah, you're just
making
saying
time. It's not important to you.
it's not a priority.
It's not a priority. And that's okay. That's okay. Just be honest with yourself about understanding that it's not a priority.
Yeah.
And I think just that, dude, like just that, this year has really hit me, and owning all of that. Like this past year has been a year of ownership for me, and really taking all those things and just owning them. I'm not overweight because food is bad for me and whatever. It's because I don't stop the motion, the hand to mouth motion, right? I don't stop doing that. It's my responsibility. I
Yeah.
could do that, but I choose not to, because you know why? It's really not that important to me.
Yeah.
Like that's very empowering.
Yeah. So you listed some of the tools. There's some other great ones. You said Enneagram, that's a great one. Strengths Finder, that's a great one. We talked about that on a full blown podcast episode a while back. Let's see, Disc Profile, that's another one that's really good for kind of business and understand, where you are in business. Myers Briggs, that's another one that we did. I did that one in Navy Leadership School. I think you did
Yep.
too. Another one I just did recently, you and I both did, is it came from the book Think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty, and
Yeah.
I have it right here. It's called the Vedic Personality Test, and it helps you understand if you're what is it? If I think it's if you're like a coach, a leader, a creator, or there's another one. Here, I'll look it up real fast. But that was a really good one, and it helped us and just in our business understand it's a guide, leader, creator, and maker.
Yeah.
And understanding that about ourselves really helped us with just kind of the stuff we're doing now within the Storehouse Mastermind.
Well, it's also good for relationships, right? Like
Yeah,
for us, for our relationship, but also for our businesses and how our relationship impacts our business. But I had my wife do these too, right? My
yeah,
wife did them. I say I had her do. She's very self-aware on this journey herself as well. But she did some of these, and what's interesting for her and I is we're very, very similar. And so there's a lot of, when you have 2 8s from an Enneagram, it's
yeah,
like, oh man, there's going to be some headbutting. We're very similar with the Jay Shetty test as well. So it's good to understand that stuff in
it
your
is.
marriage.
It is for sure. That's not so dumb, dude.
No, man. No,
So
self-awareness rarely is dumb.
yeah. So this will coming out right before the new year. And hey, make it a goal, as you list out your goals for 2023, make it a goal to take some of these tests and spend some time in it. Like, during this holiday season, this period, Do some thinking time, put that on your calendar, spend more time reflecting, looking in and diving into these certain tests, and just get to know yourself better. Because I think once you do that, it's going to help in so many different areas of your life, specifically relationships.
True,
True that.
true. That ain't dumb, dog.
Hey, happy New
That
Year.
ain't dumb.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, my friend. Happy New Year. And I hope by the time this comes out, we've gone snowboarding 5 more times.
Concur.
See ya.
Bye.